All right, Paul Hefter here with the Triangle O football system. We want to talk about how we can stack receivers, stem receivers, and shift receivers to give you different alignment adjustments, particularly to help you against man coverages. So we'll look at how it's going to work a little bit. Then we'll look specifically at our core RPO, split zone, inside gap in our back door, our outside gap, stretch zone, and then some play action passes. All right, with alignment adjustments, we'll talk about why, what, and how. Remember, our number one goal here is to evolve teaching and learning to simplify it for the players. Why we're using this is it's a way to manipulate the defensive alignments. Great line as teams that want to stem and move around before the snap. This allows you to go stem them, okay? It's simple, it's sound, easy to learn, and it's great against man. It's kind of a man cover focus. What we're going to do is we're going to stack the receivers, the Z and the A, particularly our slot receivers, to the wide side of the field. We can also stem and shift them along with our H back using double cadence as our freeze cadence. Okay. How we're going to do this, when we have this receiver stacked, the Z receiver always releases first and the A receiver will go after. It creates a natural rub. So there's no new route learning. We adjust the release and the stem of the routes, and you'll see how we do that. So here's the dual right. Here's our stack, classic stack. You can see all we do is move the Z receiver to the inside of the hash, and the A stays on the outside of the hash. Everybody else is in their normal alignments. Again, great versus man. That corner and safety or Sam out there have to decide how they're going to cover that. We can also use our freeze cadence, where we go ahead and do our first cadence, freeze it, and then we can decide to stem and shift to the stack by just simply giving the stack signal to the receivers, and then call our play accordingly. We can shift where we do our freeze, and we can shift from a 2x2 set, our duo, and shift to an automatic 3x1. Again, after the freeze cadence, we simply give the signal of our fist out front, going back and forth as if you're shifting a car. Again, the H will move over to a 3x1. We can combine that stemming and shifting all together now, so we could actually freeze it after the cadence, and we could give the signal of the shift for the H across to 3x1 and stack the receivers at the same time. Real simple. All right, so here's our first RPO with split zone, just to give you an example. We're in a dual right with a stack by the Z and the A. We'll do our lightning call. The Z and the A have the bubble. You can see we don't change the responsibility. Z will still go block number one, and A runs the bubble. Nothing changes. With the split zone, using the pop route, again, this is where you get a great natural rub. Now the Z will go first, but this is where we just adjust the stem of the route. So he's going to go at a 45-degree angle to the sideline for 4 steps, just like he does for a normal lookie. Then he's going to plant hard on that outside foot, rip his able, and then he's going to go at a 45-degree angle inside and upfield. So we just call this a lookie angle route. Okay. Again, the idea is the timing and the space where the Z would get the lookie pass should be relatively the same. Once the Z goes, the A is going to go behind him, rub right off of it, running his normal bender read route on the safety. X on the backside stays with his normal wide split, and we've got our glance route there. Nothing changes. We go inside gap. Again, here you see it. We've got now duo left stack. Again, we've got our pop route going over there with the Z and the A. The Z just runs his angle lookie route going first. A rubs right behind him with the same bender. X keeps its normal split, wide split on the numbers, and we've got our glance route. Here it is out of 3x1. We could have done this with a shift called by the H. Again, we're going to get our pop route. Same thing, Z is going to go first. Going to run the angle lookie route, 4 steps, and the A comes right off of it, running his bender. X, normal split, glance on the outside. Here it is with counter Trey. Everything stays the same. Again, Z goes first, angle looky, A behind bender, X normal split, glance route. We can do our backdoor power now where we get the peak route with the H. Again, Z and A still run their pop route with the Z doing the angle looky going first, A bender read behind. H runs his normal peak route, replacing the wheel. X is on his normal split, running the glance. When we go outside gap, where we run the Mickey concept, now again, the Z will go first, running his normal glance route. The one thing you can do here if you want, he can bend that out a little bit at the stem of his route so he doesn't get too far into the middle. The A makes sure he goes underneath the Z behind him and runs the same hot over. Last, if we start to do play action, again, this is great where out of 4 verts, the Z has to get back to the numbers. So he's going to take off on that 45-degree angle and get to the numbers first. Once he gets to the numbers, he's going to go upfield with his normal go route. A's going to go second right behind, running the bender read. The X on the backside, normal split. What we like to do here is do what we call a hover go. On the 3rd step, he's just going to do like a skip. Again, trying to give a double move type action to the corner, so he'll squat and then take off. The other reason we do that is we're going to look in the middle first for the A and the H, and X is kind of our check down, so we don't make this throw too far downfield for timing purposes. Again, hopefully this is a simple way to use a stack principle. You can actually do some stemming with it, and you can shift the H from 2x2 to 3x1. Again, using your freeze cadence. Simple, sound, and fun for everyone involved. Thanks.